Mark is Russian but has lived in Georgia for the past 7 years. He runs a couple of bars in Tbilisi together with his friends. He says locals treat him well.
We have a lot of similarities. I think our cultures, now we have a difficult political process, and on this point people arguing. When they interact with you, they understand that you are a normal person, and then there's just a connection.
Vadim and Evgenia are a Russian-Ukrainian couple. They have been living in Georgia for a year and a half. Both work in information technology.
It all depends on how Russians behave. Georgia's issues with Russia stem from the 2008 war and the war on Ukraine. The Georgian government is trying to improve things, but many Georgians don't want that.
Some people just...
Varvara Yesipova moved to Tbilisi nearly 15 years ago. Soon she will receive her Georgian citizenship.
And all my friends are Georgian and support Russians who are against the Russian politics now. So if you are think the same way, in the way of freedom, about the free society, freedom of speech, so I think here is no problem if you're Russian or another nationality.
We also spoke to some Georgians who shared their views about their neighbours to the north.
I do not welcome Russians at all. 20% of Georgia is occupied by Russian forces. I work in a service industry and I mostly face aggression from Russians. I'm not obliged to speak Russian at work, so when I speak English, I face total aggression from them, and sometimes I even get cursed. And this is the reason I don't want Russians in Georgia, especially the aggressive ones. Russians must go back home where they belong.
What the Russian state is doing is terrible, but I love the people. The people are not the state.
The tension in Russian-Georgian relations remains significant, but whether or not it will improve depends largely on steps taken by both countries' governments. Yulia, Shapovalova, Al Jazeera, Tbilisi, Georgia.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.